Hello, everyone. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and just wanted to kind of give you an update on how things were going for us, some of the success that we're dealing with here over the last few weeks. And so, without any further ado, let's go. So, as I mentioned, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that are working for us and some of the things that we've built into our routine that is really working right now. And it all starts with a routine. If you just kind of get up and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you're never going to develop any real consistency. I actually made a video last night and I was discussing something on this topic, but it sort of, I get into my tangents and it sprawled into some kind of discussion about sourcing and things like that. I have videos on sourcing you guys can check out, but that's really, right now we're middle November and it's not too late to source, but I think a video on sourcing really isn't quite called for right now. We're a little late in the game, I think, especially if you're buying liquidation pallets and things like that. You want to have your goods now. And so I still have a lot of goods that I'm dealing with. So my routine is I get up. I usually do the shipping the night before, but I usually end up with some orders overnight. So any orders that I haven't shipped, today I have 4 or 5. I think I have 5 that sold overnight. So that's pretty good. And that's the first thing that I do. So I get my shipping out of the way, and I have my shipping set to same day shipping. So anything that is sold before noon today, I have to make sure that I have ready. Yesterday, my carrier came to my house at 11:30, and I wasn't quite done with all my shipping. So I gave her what I had, but I had to make a trip to the post office yesterday. So I'm hopeful I don't get any sales after 11 a.m. because chances are if she comes early again today that I'll have to make another trip, but that's just how it goes. Normally my carrier comes about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by then I have all my orders done in place by noon. Once my shipping is all done, then what I'll do is I'll take any of the items that I've already tested and photographed that I haven't completed my listings. I'll get those done. I'll knock those listings out. And then I'll come back out here where I'm at right now, which is my sort of my war room where I keep all of my goods that are not listed yet. And it's my garage. And I also have, you can see behind me, my photo booth and with my little white background that I use to I use that table to test my items. I have an extension cord with a plug that's adjacent to the photo area, so I can also take photos of the item when it's in a working state. I think that's important for your customers to see the item when it's powered on, so that they know they're not getting a piece of junk or a paperweight that's not working. And so, yeah, I come out to my garage and I'll take a box of items, and as you can see, I'll pan over here. I'll flip the camera. I have this somewhat organized. Believe it or not, this is like a bomb that went off in here. So that wall of boxes right there, that's trash. That's out of the 116 items or 116 boxes that I went through. We're dealing with what about 12 to 15 boxes that are just trash. You can see I just threw trash down there. I have to add to the trash boxes. We have a large item pickup where I live where they'll just pick up any amount of random stuff. And so that's Monday morning. So I'm getting that out of here. This wall of boxes is your health and beauty. I have some electronics boxes in there, and just the more hard goods than anything else. And as you can see, I think there's like 30 boxes there that probably have about 10 to 15 items in each box. So that's about another 300 to 400 items that we need to go through, test, photograph. Over here, out of the 116 boxes that I ended up getting, there's a good another 30 boxes, and that's just clothing. And we're talking about half the stuff is brand new clothing with tags, various brands. Others are, where they use the item, they remove the tag, they send it back. And we also have some like linens, brand new sheet sets, blankets, things like that. So as you can see, I have a lot to go through. I usually have my wife working on the clothing part because she enjoys doing that. And right now, we're not really messing with the clothing more than we're messing with the hard goods, because of the fact that really, in my opinion, I think clothing is saturated. And while some of this clothing will sell, more so the new stuff than the return stuff, I really want to focus on the health and beauty stuff, getting that out, because that's what's selling for me right now. I made a video a couple weeks ago about what's selling, want versus need. Right now would be the time of year that normally your wants would sell more than needs because of the Christmas holiday coming up, but that's just not the case. People aren't buying the want items as much as they're buying the need items. So I'm focusing more on your everyday item that someone would go to the store for on just a normal, regular basis to pick up, whether it's for their home, their health, maybe it's something they need. That's what I'm focusing on more so than the wants. I opened up a couple boxes here about a week ago. Found a couple great Lego sets that were brand new. We're talking Avengers, we're talking Spider-Man. These are things that are normally popular. I have it priced competitively, yet they're still sitting in my store. And so while my sales are good, I'm averaging about 7 to 8 items a day. And another great Thursday, this is the third great Thursday in a row, that'll probably surpass my Sunday. Normally the Sunday is the busiest day of the week for me, but I don't know. I just have no idea. I'm selling some want items in with my need items, but I'd say for every 10 items I'm selling probably 3 want items to every 7 items that are need items. So I think if you have the ability, if you have a lot of stuff sitting around in your garage or your storage area that you can sell, right now is the time to start focusing on listing the want items over the need items. And I know it defies logic because, again, this time of year people are selling the want items for Christmas, but it's just not selling, guys. And you're putting a lot of time into listing stuff that's really not moving as fast as it normally would. Now, that's not to say that here, as we pick up through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that's not going to change. But I think people are very hesitant right now to spend their money with the economy, with the potential lockdowns that could be happening. And, if someone is facing a lockdown and potentially not having income for 2 to 3 weeks, that's going to stop them from spending on things that aren't necessarily important. So just something to keep in mind when you're listing, and it's definitely something that's driving me, and it's working. And I'm averaging a lot more. In fact, my sales are up 101% as compared to last month. Now, you guys know I was sick last month and I was out for about 2 weeks, but my wife took over and she was working the business while I was out. So I really think that it's just the strategy that we've deployed here with just focusing on hard goods that are more want items than need items, and that's really working for us. This palette of general merchandise Amazon returns is a little bit better than I thought. Again, there's a lot of health and beauty things in here. A lot of surprises that we found in these boxes. We're into each item for about 10 to 15% of retail, which is great. It gives us a lot of flexibility to be competitive with our prices, and a lot of people are looking for deals right now. So the more competitive you can be, that's going to help. But just getting out here and listing this stuff, I foresee that we have about another 2 weeks worth of listing to go through the 30 boxes of hard goods. And once that's done, I may look to source some more. But really, a lot of sellers like myself are putting a stop on their sourcing right now because, it's great to have items in your store, but if no one's buying them, that's a problem. And I wouldn't recommend going crazy on sourcing unless you can get a really good deal. And now might be a great time to get a good deal if you can get one. But aside from that, I'm not sourcing anymore. I'm going to go through the items that I have, get those listed, and see how things play out. So once I'm done testing, you have to test each item and get things evaluated to what condition they're in, because most of the items I have are considered open box and they can be anywhere from used to brand new. We'll get those photographed and then we put them on eBay. We make listings on eBay, and I go in and I use that remove BG tool to remove the background on all the photos I take. I probably take about anywhere between 4 and 8 photos per listing. Some less, some more, just depending on the type of item it is. And so we get the photos processed, and then we go in and we just knock it out. Go and find the same item that we're selling. We scan the UPC code. We have one of those UPC barcode scanners, and we'll scan the UPC in an eBay search, find the same item that way, and we'll go and click on the sold tab and find the solds for the condition that we're selling the item in, and then we'll compare a used item to a used item, a brand new item to a brand new item, and we'll price it accordingly. I usually side, when I first list an item, I usually side on the high side. So if I'm looking at a bunch of open box items that are in brand new condition, I will find the 2 items that have sold at the highest price for that condition within the last, say, 30 days. I'll start there, because I know that if the item doesn't sell in a week, it's going to be put into I have a sale that's always running, and I'll add some of these items that have been sitting in my store, and it's a 10% off sale, so it'll mark that price down further by 10%. And so I don't have to go back in and adjust my prices. If that item's not selling at the high end, it'll lower itself down by 10% with that sale, and I have a very good chance of selling the item that way. So I'll continue that process every day. That's kind of how I do it. And then when I'm done with my listing at night, usually before I turn in any sales that have happened for that day, I'll go ahead and do my shipping, and that takes about a half an hour to an hour, maybe sometimes 2 hours if I have a lot of items to ship. But I don't want to have that burden on me the following morning. I want to be able to get up, use my energy to get my stuff done in the garage, go through the boxes and get everything done, do my normal routine. And if I'm stuck doing shipping, it's just a drain. It's just an energy drain. I've tried that before, and it's not something you look forward to. I want to get up and go and get listings made, and I don't want the task of shipping to be on my plate and to block my progress. So that's working for me. This is my strategy, guys. You have your own, and whatever works for you. But if you're finding that your sales are on the slow side, you can't keep doing the same thing. You have to adjust. Whether you're dealing with repricing your stuff, or whether it is maybe it's your routine. Maybe you're not getting enough stuff up to sell. The more items you have up in your store, the more items you're going to sell. Just mathematics, right? So that's my advice for you guys. Change your routine if you need to. I did a few weeks ago. It's paying off for me. Our average, I think we're averaging, again, 7-8 sales a day, and that's a little bit under what we're used to selling this time of year, but it's a lot better than what we were dealing with last month. So with that, guys, please do me a favor, hit the like button, consider subscribing to this channel, and of course, while you're at it, hit that notification bell icon so when I make another video, you'll be informed as soon as it comes out. So guys, keep listing, keep selling, keep plugging away, and just know one thing, that flipping ain't easy.